Okay, let's try this again. I don't know what happened. The stream was taken down for some reason, and yeah, so we're gonna try it again. Hopefully, this time works. I had accidentally selected for kids originally on the stream. I accident selected that again, first time trying this. So we're gonna give this another try here. Hopefully, it was not because we were being anti-Zionist. I would hope that YouTube would not be like that, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was. So if you are tuning in again, welcome back. Sorry for the stream getting ended. We are going to be reacting to a Jubilee video that I was supposed to be on, and we are going to restart it from when this second guy joined, and because he was starting to pop off. So let us try this again and see if it works this time. All right, let's get going here.
Rudy, we've got flags up. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Hello. Salam. Shalom.
This guy was cooking too. I'm so pissed.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Manishmacha.
Baruch Hashem, how are you? Alhamdulillah.
Very good. For a moment, I wanted to believe that you really wanted peace. For a moment, I really almost believed that you wanted the Palestinians to go back to Palestine. But then when you ridiculed and you belittled 70,000 deaths, and you're saying that's just a small percentage for 1.2 million, that is outrageous.
That is not what I said.
That
That's
is
what I've heard you say.
actually
what
what
I said
he
is
said.
it's not a genocide, because if it was a genocide, we'd see the intent and the
If-
actual murder of a lot of people. And
For the death of
I started with one person dying. That's Palestinian is horrible. Okay, so remember everything that I said. Palestinians are my family. If any Palestinian dies, that's horrible.
See,
but if we're
what
talking about
we are
intent,
seeing
it's
right now,
different.
what we're seeing right now is, and I hope I'm wrong, is a great act. Sadly,
True.
we've seen the president and Benjamin Netanyahu going out and saying we have to buy social media, we have to influence influencers, we have to work on the young Americans and young Westerners so we can win the battle of the public opinion. Unfortunately, that's what I'm seeing right now. You having this soft attitude while serving in the Israeli army while people were getting killed. I'm a Palestinian. I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm a Semite. I'm not anti-Jewish. I have so many Jewish friends. But as long as it's legal, I'm going to go out and say every day I'm anti-Zionism because I'm anti-apartheid, anti-genocide, anti-ethnic cleansing. You know, the people here are labeled today as pro-Palestinians, as if it's something it's given. We're not just pro-Palestinian because Palestinians, we're pro-equality, justice,
True.
anti-racism. If Jewish people are going through the same, we will be pro-Jewish people as well. Trust me.
So do you condemn the attacks of Jews all around the world, including by Palestinians?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Any innocent
Amazing.
person that's been attacked without a justified reason, my faith tells me I
What
have
is a
to condemn
justified
it.
reason?
If they're not trying to kill you, if they're not trying to fight
if
you,
a Palestinian
if they're
commits blows up a bus, is that
you
justified?
cannot put this
I'm just
out of
asking
context.
because you said justified.
Absolutely. No, when I say when you served in the army.
Yeah, but can you answer that real quick?
Absolutely, I can answer that.
Can you condemn that?
Absolutely, I'm telling you, I condemn the killing of any innocent soul. That's
Amazing.
my faith is
you.
telling me to do.
Thank you.
All right. So now, when you are
Any person that is pro-Palestine is going to condemn the killing of innocent civilians. Anybody. We don't want anybody to die, right? Like, that's not a gotcha moment.
trying to say that I am trying to promote peace and justice, why don't you join a movement like Breaking the Silence? Have you heard about them?
Of course I heard.
Or
about it.
So why don't
JVP.
you join them? Please.
So
Look at-
Breaking the Silence is an organization that takes some truths, adds on a lot of lies, and does everything in order to be tokens as Jews and as former soldiers who get paid by foreign entities. Where there's a
My brother in Christ, that is you. That is you. You are the one twisting truths. You are the one twisting truths. You are the one literally getting paid. I would put a significant amount of money on this motherfucker getting paid by Israel for his pro-Israel. I mean, he was an IDF soldier. Like, we know that the Israeli propaganda machine is going to go crazy and does go crazy. Like, they literally have been paying people, or were paying people, to edit Wikipedia. Like, you're self-reporting right now, dog. It's
new movement of people who aren't the tokens on either side. There's individual Palestinians who are tokens as well, who will sell whatever the Israeli government wants. Of individuals who are proud,
you're a token,
and who want to see a future where there are people coming together. You said
Rudy,
you're not an
there's a big
anti-Semite,
difference
but you're an
between-
anti-Zionist. Does that mean that you're against the idea that people have a right to live in this land?
I'm against the idea of what Zionism is doing.
No,
what
so Zionism is an
listen,
idea.
You know who else?
I'm asking, are you against the idea that the Jewish people have a right to self-determine on their ancestral homeland?
I don't. You know who else?
This is where they try to reframe the argument, right? Because the question of whether or not the group of people has the right to the land gets you nowhere in this argument. Like, it doesn't. That's not a useful discussion to have. The discussion you should be having is, how do we allow diverse people groups? How do we allow these two hyper religious groups that share an ethnic tie to the land? How do we allow them to live together in harmony, which they have, and they did for a very long time, right? So saying, well, do you think that they have an ancestral right? Nobody has a right to any land, okay? I'm sorry. Like, land, I am not somebody that believes that you own land, right? Land is for the people, and it's what we do with the land, right? So it's just, it's a classic talking point. It's like 101 shit.
Did not have that problem. I don't. I just told you.
Okay,
you know
great,
who
so
else?
you're not an anti-Zionist.
You know
you're
who
an
else?
the current conflict
You
and
know
everything
who else?
that happened.
You know who else did not have a problem with Jewish people coming to Palestine?
A lot of Palestinians.
A lot of Palestinians.
Amazing.
They opened their doors.
And
They
I don't
opened their
have a problem
homes.
with Palestinians
Look
being
it
able
up.
to come home.
Muhammad Hadi, the father of Bella and Gigi Hadid. What is his story? His family opened their doors, their homes
Sure.
for a Jewish family,
Sure.
only to come back and say, you know what? This is our house now. You cannot come back again.
You won't see me condemning Palestinians as a whole. You won't
You
see me
have
trying
to-
to delegitimize or to
You
demonize
just called.
Palestinians.
You keep calling it Yehuda and Samaria. You don't
It
even
is
call
Judea
it
and Samaria.
Palestine.
Historically, that region is
The
Judea and
way
Samaria.
Palestinians were kicked out of their homes.
Dude, the historical argument is so dumb because, like, you can't make that argument solely for Israel and not everywhere else on the planet, right? Like, this is literally why Russia and Ukraine are engaged in a war, right? Like, land in our system, the people that reside and that own the land changes, unfortunately, right? Like, look at the situation with indigenous people in this country, right? Like, it's just such that whole argument is like something that I just don't even engage in, and you shouldn't engage in, because it doesn't get you anywhere, and it doesn't get them anywhere really, because there are ancient Greek texts referring to the land as Palestina, right? So, like, how far back do you want to go type shit.
The way a
Palestinians and
genocide,
Jews were kicked out.
the way a
This is something
genocide
we need to
happened in
both
Deir
condemn.
Yassin. Do you know what Deir Yassin
Yes,
is?
of course I know.
You know what happened in Deir Yassin?
I know what
That's a
happened in Deir Yassin.
genocide.
Let's let
A
him
genocide
finish.
would be
Like, they haven't even brought up the Nakba. They need to bring up the Nakba. Like, he was talking about how they're not intentionally killing. Bring up the Nakba, because what was that, right? That was them intentionally killing. Like, so far, I think Jubilee does this intentionally. Like, they edit out all the parts that are gonna make one side look good. I mean, not that the shill for Israel looks good in this, but I think they edit it purposefully to like make it so it's like nothing really happened, you know, which I have heard that they do. I mean, there's been a lot of leftist creators that have been on Jubilee and said that they heavily edit everything.
Intent, okay, for a population to eliminate another
that's what
population.
happened.
Okay, Rudy,
What you had
Rudy,
in 1948
Rudy,
is a
we wanna
conflict
hear-
between two peoples where people got kicked out on both sides,
Rudy,
and I'm
we-
against that.
We also want to hear from him.
Of course.
So you know the problem with the claim that Palestinians left by themselves, they fled.
I didn't make that claim.
That's ridiculous.
I
When
didn't make
people
that
say
claim.
that, you know what, the government that you're supporting, the
I'm not
army that you're
supporting the government.
defending, that is what they're saying. They're saying Palestinians left by themselves.
Some people say that. Some people don't say
oh,
that.
believe me, that a lot of people are saying
Yeah,
that.
there are Palestinians who chose to leave, and there are many Palestinians that were forcibly displaced. There's more nuance we need to add to the conversation. But there are also many Jewish villages that were displaced as well.
That's not what happened.
That is what happened.
No,
why were there no more Jews
the
in Jerusalem
Haganah
or in
and the
Hebron?
Argon, these are the militias, the terrorist militias that killed so many Palestinians. Those need
And
to be
they're-
read what happened.
The IDF started as a terrorist, like paramilitary militia. That is the origin of the IDF.
Deir Yassin.
Yes, I know what happened in Deir Yassin, and I know what happened in many other communities of Palestinians, and I'm for Palestinians
now
to be
in
able
Gaza.
to reunite with Israel. But you're looking at individuals that are in the context of a war and then blaming it on the whole idea of our whole collective having rights to this
See,
land.
the thing is that you
I'm
cannot
not-
just, if Trump says, I'm not anti-immigrants, we don't believe him. We look at what happened
Let's
in
not
the
bring
streets.
Trump into the
See,
situation.
this
It has
is,
nothing
you
to do.
have to look at what's happening on the
Bringing in
ground.
foreign
You have to look at what's
Western
happening in
white people
Gaza. You have
into
to look.
our
see,
civilization is why
that,
we're in a
saying
problem.
that Gaza was
He just admitted that Zionism is a problem. What?
Let's not bring Trump into the situation. It has nothing to
you
do.
have to look at what's happening
Bringing
on the
in
ground.
foreign
You have to look at what's
Western
happening in
white people
Gaza. You have
into
to look.
our civilization is why we're in a
saying
problem.
that Gaza.
He described anti-Zionism. So, does that mean, if I was there, I'd be like, so does that mean you're against Israel? The project of Israel? Because what you described is the policy of Israel. Is bringing non-ethnic to the region people into Israel. What? I'm so lost. Like, I'm so lost with this guy. Like, I don't. Crazy.
Were given warning to leave their homes before
This
they
is
get
true.
bombed.
This is true.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've heard.
Well, I was in Gaza and I saw this happening with my own eyes.
I'm just.
Yeah, 'cause you're an
defending
IDF
that again
soldier.
and again.
Defending, it's actually what happened. Does that
And
mean
what you're saying, it's okay?
No, it's not okay that we were in war. But
No, it's
absolutely-
okay.
It's
to
not
say
a
someone here
war.
is bombing your house tomorrow. Get
No,
out of here.
So let's add some context. If Hamas is shooting rockets from a house, that also
This is-
Palestinian families
this is
are
the
living there.
propaganda that the
that's not
Israelis
propaganda.
push.
This
Trust
is you
me.
saying propaganda to things I witnessed with my own eyes. Before I witnessed it, I saw proof. Now I witnessed it.
He was talking earlier about being a token and how it's not okay, like that Jewish people and like Jewish Voices for Peace, like they're tokenizing them. He's being a token right now. He's literally being a token. He's saying, well, you weren't there. I saw it, so I know. We don't need to be there. Everything is live streamed, dog. Like, we can go and watch videos from Palestinian people about what is happening. Like, it's and then to say he's really gonna bring up the human shield argument, really? That's like the most basic thing ever. Like, if there is a school shooter, you don't bomb the fucking school, dude. Like, oh my god, the contradictions are crazy here.
Cannot tell me it's propaganda
it
because
is
you were not there
propaganda.
during the war in Gaza,
it's-
and inshallah one day we will both be able to go back in Gaza. But during the war, you were not there. This is what happened. When Hamas is shooting rockets from a house onto Israeli civilians, targeting Israeli civilians, and Israel warns the Palestinians
the
living
war
there
did
to
not
leave.
start in
I don't
October
think
7th.
it started on October 7th.
75 years old.
And it didn't start in 1948 either.
So the fact
But
that
it
you're
can
pushing
end tomorrow.
Okay, to be fair, this guy seems very smart. The doctor, I forgot what his name was. Seems like a very smart guy, but he's not really pushing back much on that. Like the IDF guy did not make any sort of claim about the war starting on October 7th, and he kind of just strawmanned that in and, you know, brought it up as a claim that was never really made. So, like, I don't know. I mean, they need somebody to, like, actually push back on this guy, because he's being the thing that he accused groups like Jewish Voices for Peace of being. So, yeah, it's I mean, and maybe he did push it back and Jubilee just cut that out. That's also a possibility too.
Thing is, the fact that you're
I'm not
pushing
pushing
Palestine,
anybody.
not you.
You said
I'm
you.
not. I'm not about myself. I'm representing
you said you.
Palestine.
I'm not
You're representing
taking it.
Israel. That's
We represent those peoples, but don't say
correct.
you. You can say they are, or Israel is. If something
But you
bad is
cannot come
happening
and
by
say
a
I'm
Palestinian,
defending a movement, I'm defending an ideology, and then
if you are for the
True.
Palestinians, I'm not seeing you as Hamas. Okay, I'm seeing you as a doctor in front of me, as my cousin in front of me that has a connection to this land, and we need to be able to build together moving forward.
I would love to believe this, but the
Okay.
reality does not let me. Doesn't give me a chance to believe what's happening.
Well, the younger generation has still hearts
I'm
that's not
hoping
so
that.
darkened, and we will be able to build
I'm
something
hoping
better.
that as
and then
well.
Okay,
you'll
we
be
have to
able-
pause here.
Bro, he did kind of cook him on that last part. Like, this guy, this is like the type of shit, this is like exactly what fucking Jordan Peterson did when he was on Jubilee, when he was representing like Christians. Like that is what the same shit Jordan Peterson pulled, was like, he was like, oh, I'm not speaking for all, like, when you are on this event, you are there representing the group, right? The IDF guy, Rockman, whatever his name is he is there to represent the point of view of Israel. Okay, so you can't even claim that I'm not here to represent it. Like, you literally are. That is why you are on the show, dog.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, I'm actually half Lebanese, and
Oh.
you probably can't tell. The reason is because my mom's from Taiwan, which explains why I look like Bruce Lee's gay son. But that's neither here nor there.
What the?
The first time I was exposed
What?
to what Israel was capable of was the summer of 2006, the 33-day war in Lebanon. There was a firefight that took place between the southern border and northern border of Israel-Lebanon. Hezbollah snuck it over. They killed 8 IDF soldiers, kidnapped 2 of them, hoping that they would get 4 Lebanese prisoners in return. And how did Israel respond? They decided to blanketly carpet bomb the airports,
Yes.
highways, block the port, civilian infrastructure. One of those
Cook.
was my aunt's home. She's not a Hezbollah member. She doesn't live in a military base. And I also remember at that time my cousins were vacationing in Lebanon.
They literally bomb refugee camps. Like, there is no way that you can frame this as being